Welcome back to the Front Row Wrestling Podcast. I am Mr. KS. That is Chris, the taking a lot of pills still. Adams. What's going on, sir?
The taking a lot of pills, but almost at the end. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're almost at the end, man. You know, last week you were broadcasting live from
the bed.
But no,
today we're back in the chair again.
Glad to have you back. Because me trying to monitor everything on my own and do this is I'm a multitasker, but I'm finding out there's only a certain few things I'm good at multitasking at.
So what you're saying is that you need my greatness to make this podcast work.
That's what we didn't have last week. We didn't have you twisting minor, if at all, a compliment into.
I'm just taking what you said and running with it. I mean, you needed my help, obviously. I mean, you needed my help, and I wasn't in a position to offer said help the way I normally would.
I'm secure enough in my masculinity to know that, sometimes I do need a little help. So, yes, I need your help. There you go.
All right.
Are you happy now?
I'm a little happy. I mean, Rob's not here to help in any way. Way to go, Rob. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Of course not. You give a guy some money and he buys a boat,
I know.
You know how it goes.
I think he's going to be riding them waves and everything.
And summer's almost over, so you better get it in. So,
Yeah, enjoy it while he can.
And where he lives makes for harsh winter. So,
Put him some skis on the bottom of it and he can ride across the ice lake then.
We don't really have specific topics to discuss this week. It's things going on in wrestling, but it's been kind of quiet compared to the last few weeks. So, but what we do know is whether you want to or not, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to chuck up a little bit more cash to watch some PLEs.
Or you can be like me and just catch some highlights on the YouTube.
So you're not watching the PLE, you're not ordering.
Dude, I am not paying money for PLEs because they have ruined me over the years and made it free for how many years now?
Well, it wasn't free.
Listen. I'm gonna say something that's gonna get you saying all kinds of negative stuff, but you're gonna say negative stuff anyway. So if I'm gonna pay, if I'm gonna pay to watch,
people think I'm a negative person. I am truthful. I am not negative. I am truthful.
Like if you were a woman, you'd be negative Nancy. Okay. So
Jesus Christ, Chris, good Lord.
I mean, yes, I'm back. Thank you. If I'm gonna pay some money to watch a live event,
put you back in
then I'm gonna go ahead and pay the money to watch the AEW live events because I've enjoyed them. What were the ones I've seen so far? The live events are a lot better than their television shows.
Look,
if I'm gonna pay money for something, I'm gonna pay something for the ones who have been charging from the get-go anyway, and not the ones that gave it to me free all those years just to try to make me pay now.
First of all,
out of spite.
I am not what they would call where I'm from a pocket watcher. I don't care what you spend your money on. It's your money. It's your business. I will say this. It is your right to spend your money on whatever you want to. That don't mean what you spend your money on equates to value that you're getting.
It's a value for me.
That is your opinion because it's your money. And like I said, you can do what you want.
Value is in the eye of the beholder.
But if you want to just flush money down a toilet, hey, that's on you. It's yours. Like I said, some people like to get a little value for their money. I myself am one of those people. Some people just have such disposable income where they can buy boats or waste cash every month on AEW. So, hey.
Well, you could live the high life too if you wanted to. So that's all I can say.
I am a more practical person. I am of the
practical is code word for a tight ass.
Ask the missus, you might be right.
But hey, I'm right there with you. I can't say nothing. I'm right there with you.
So look, I work hard for my money. I don't want to just give it away. And when I do pay for something, I want to enjoy what I'm paying for. So if you enjoy AEW, I will say this. The pay-per-views are better than the live TV shows. I will say that.
I'm saying. I mean, if I'm going to pay for anything from them, it's going to be one of those because they do put on good pay-per-view events. You got to admit that.
That so, is, I mean, that is disproving your process of getting people to believe I'm negative. I just say something positive.
Yeah. I think I backed you into a corner though, so you kind of had to save face a little bit.
I'm not back. Look, I will. You know me very, very well. When it comes to this wrestling stuff, I speaks my mind.
We'll get to that in a few minutes, I'm sure. We get some good topics tonight.
Well, like I said, it's you know, it's what's going on. People are throwing around. It's basically a bunch of rumors because nothing has been. I don't believe nothing until it's been announced by the people who are doing the business. But there's rumors of WWE buying TNA. There's rumors of how this whole PLE situation is going to play out. And like I said, nobody really knows until these companies start making an announcement. The app hasn't dropped yet, so we don't know who can get it or who has. If you have YouTube, it might be free. I mean, if you have ESPN on your regular cable, it should be free. Or we don't know this till it happens.
Yeah, I'm not going to stress over till the time comes. We'll see what happens then.
And then the rumors and everybody think they know, but nobody really knows. So everybody just reporting whatever about this Karrion Cross situation, him being released or not renewed for WWE. They offered him a contract. He did an interview yesterday saying, from his side of things, telling what was going on. So
now it's important to note in the interview, the guy asked him. He said straight up asked him, says, "Look, are you working me? Is this Karrion Cross talking, or is this?" He says, no, this is me, 100% legit. His name, not Karrion Cross or whatever, not his stage name or whatever. He said, now this is what he did. Now, whether he's still working him or not, it's another story, but this is what he said, right? And supposedly the reason he turned it down is because they weren't offering one to Scarlett as well.
I mean,
and he said
that makes sense. I get that.
And he said that he probably would have taken almost any amount of money because that's home for him. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. I think he just wanted to stay in WWE, but him and her both be a part of it, not just him. So
that makes sense. I'm not mad at him for that.
Yeah,
it's been a winning combination so far. Here's what I will say. They did ask him the question: is it a work or whatever? And it may very well be straight up. But I'm not above a wrestler telling you it's real when it ain't.
I just want to say that it could very well still be working people. I mean, Seth Rollins had an injury, a terrible injury that was going to keep him out until he decided to throw the crutches down and take off running in there and cash in. That was supposed to be legit, right?
Let me ask you this: What do you think? What is your opinion on if it comes out to be a work? What do you think
with Karrion Cross?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't trust anything anymore from any wrestler. Period. Anytime.
But isn't that the way you wanted it though?
Yes, I think it's cool because I told you before. I think it's cool the way they're working in the social media and the outside interviews from the company, and they're doing things to keep. To put a little veil over things. Kind of like, like kayfabe in the day, if somebody was hurt in the ring, if they showed up on the news or something, they were still hurt. If they were in public and they were supposed to have a broke leg, they were on crutches in public.
Yeah.
I mean, so yes, I have no problem with that. And I think it's great. I think if I really buy into it and I get swerved, then I just laugh and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. That's the way it should be. Because we have all this other stuff out there that leads us to, that shows us, like I told you, I watched Unreal finally. I didn't watch the last episode yet. I still haven't got to that part, that last one. But I told you I watched Unreal and I had a whole newfound respect for how it works behind the scenes and everything.
Right.
Seeing all that. Now, knowing all that and how it works, I can still easily get swerved by these people with what they're doing. So it's still okay for me. It's still good.
But you got people complaining.
Well, you'll always have people complaining.
No, what they're saying, like, well, we can't keep doing this because it'll for that reason you just said. Who's going to believe you next time? It'll get played.
That's how it should be. That is how it should be. Yes,
I mean,
keep the people guessing. Don't let them think they know what's coming. Keep them guessing.
But why?
Because in the end, they're going to appreciate it more.
But that's not. But and I'm just telling you what's going on out there in the IWC and all whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That they're just, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. It should, if it's a work, people are saying, we get the same people saying they're not going to watch whatever, and it's just like they don't. It's almost like they don't want to be worked. And I think and the only reason I say that is because they've came so far down this everybody knows everything rabbit hole. And I think the real reason people are mad is because we have so much access to information, and you still getting worked.
Yeah, I would like to ask some of those.
And I think it's like, oh well, I know everything, because you see these people have I know it all attitudes, especially these people who have pages, who have these Instagram people who react to every fucking thing. Like it's like every time they watch wrestling, they gotta have a camera in front of them. It's ridiculous.
I mean, those are your people just trying to make a side hustle go on and everything. And some of them are successful with it. Some of them are just garbage.
But at what point do they knowing as fuck?
I think some of them do it just for the just absolute pleasure of just putting their face out there. Look at me. I'm on the internet. I know wrestling. I don't like that. That's not going to be watched by me anymore.
I mean, we do a live stream podcast, audio and video, but we do it once a week, and we're not up here reacting to the highlights, the clips. Although I am enjoying Triple Mania right now, it is. I told you before we came on, this is a fun show. But I can't see every time I watch SmackDown, every time I watch Raw, every time I watch a PLE, I gotta have a camera in front of my face, bro. It's a little wacky.
So we got a couple of people on Facebook with us. I'm not sure if LD Polk Carter is still in there, but Ishmael just popped up and said good evening.
That is my boy Rain. Shout out to Rain, man. Y'all go check Rain out on YouTube, man. That boy got bars for days. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, man, this whole Karrion Cross thing, I do hope at the end of the day he comes back. I don't know when. I don't want to put a timetable on it, but I damn sure don't want to see him pop up at AEW just to get lost in the sauce. That's what's going to happen.
Didn't he come back to WWE from AEW?
He never went. Did he go? I don't remember him being in there. I don't remember him ever being there. I know he did TNA.
Was it? Oh, I don't know if it was TNA or what. Let's do it while you're talking about. Do a quick search on it and see.
I don't remember him being. He might have been. I just don't remember seeing it. I do know if he goes there now, he's gonna get.
Yeah, no, he. Let's see. Apparently, he is not. It says as of August 16th, 2025, he has not worked for All Elite Wrestling. It says.
Yeah.
So maybe it was TNA.
Yeah, I know for sure he did TNA. But
okay.
Yeah, if he goes there, he's just gonna get lost in the sauce, bro.
Now, did you see what he said about AEW?
What did he say?
He said he has not been contacted by them to come work for them, and he firmly believes he hasn't been contacted because they believe it's a work that's going on.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's
Ishmael says he was at MLW before returning to WWE. So,
okay, I know he was somewhere. I knew it wasn't EW. But that response, that's just funny in itself, bro. Like,
isn't it though? Another company won't even touch you because they think you're swerving people. I'm not wasting my time on that. They're just gonna go back and I'm gonna look bad trying to get them over here. No,
I'm laughing, but I don't know. That might be good on AEW's part, bro.
Well, that just goes to show you how good a job they're doing at confusing people, though. If one of your rival companies won't even make an offer to somebody because they even believe you're working the people, you're doing good.
See, that's the difference between Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan right there. That's why you can't compare the two, because they're two totally different people with two totally different business mindsets. Yeah. Eric Bischoff would have contacted him before the 1201 deadline date on that contract. He'd have already had them on speed out.
Well, we already know what kind of businessman we got running AEW. We don't. He's not an Eric Bischoff. He's not a Jim Cornette. He's not a Paul Heyman. He's not a Triple H.
He's a Tony Khan.
He might be a Khan, but he's not the other Khan that's with a successful company. He's just a big fan who's running with daddy's money, and some of us are hoping it changes one day because we're optimists. Well,
clearly you've got a lot invested paying all that money for the pay-per-views.
I ain't paid a dime for a pay-per-view yet that they had. I said if I was going to pay for one,
how are you watching the pay-per-views?
I'm seeing after the fact clips.
You might be that big percentage of fandom who just watches clips, because I swear 10 minutes after WWE puts up a clip, it's got like 10, 15, 20,000 views in 10 minutes. So imagine how many people are watching it in 24, a whole week. They get millions of views.
I know. We have another viewer in Facebook. I mean, the name might sound familiar. I think his name is Upchuck. No, I said Sup Chuck. This is I guess New Jersey in the house today.
Man, you would think you did a stint in jail the way you coming back from your hospital stay. You're a little aggressive today, ain't you?
A little aggressive. What's up, Chuck? Hadn't heard from you in a while, man. How's it going?
What's going on, Chuck? Oh man,
I've been giving everybody hell. They don't pay no attention to me.
Right, you gotta. Are you back to work yet?
Monday,
yeah. Man,
I need to go back to work, man. I'm going crazy at the house.
You are going mad, bro. You just.
Dude, I've been in bed for so long, between the hospital bed and my bed. I've been in bed for so long that if I get up and walk more than 15, 20 minutes, my legs feel wore out. I need to get back to work.
Did you have in-home personal care?
Just family here. I mean, not like I had like a home health or anything like that. It wasn't that serious.
I thought you had a nurse got a body there or something like that.
But if they wanted to send one of them nurses from the hospital I was in home with me, that'd been okay. I would not have complained.
You'd be in a hospital for a whole nother reason.
When they said they were sending me home that Wednesday, I was like, I'd like to get home to my own bed, but maybe you stay one more night. I mean,
hey, I mean, free food, free TV. Yeah.
I ain't saying the food was great. Well, it's hospital food after all.
It's hospital food lacks taste.
Yeah.
So wrap up this Karrion Cross discussion. I hope he's back, bro. Like, it's funny though. It's all we've seen this with Cross. We've seen it with Truth. Like, y'all can't keep rallying to get everybody their job back if this is a real thing. We can't keep every time somebody gets fired or not renewed.
This is why we have other companies. This is why it's important to have other companies, which leads us to another topic. This is why it's important.
It's not even that though. It's more of, let me fix this camera right quick. I don't know what happened to it. It's more of like, if y'all were cheering this loudly when the man came out and not just at the end of his contract, we wouldn't even be in this situation probably. They would have gave him what he wanted.
I think it would depend how they used him. I don't think people liked him very much whenever they had the whole thing with the Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering with them and everything. I don't think they cared much for that.
But if you like somebody, you got to support them all the way. Perfect example, me and my Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan. People can say what they want in the comments.
I mean, real sports are different than wrestling.
I'm just talking about as far as fandom goes. Argue with yourself.
You know how finicky fans are when it comes to wrestling. I mean, they're booing the crap out of Dominic Mysterio until this one day suddenly he got the biggest pop you ever heard.
Well, I mean, fans are short for fanatics, so they're not people thinking in their right mind. And that goes across anything. Like you told me once before, like fandoms and Comic Cons are crazy. Fandoms and at some of these conventions you go to are just weird. But like, if you're a fan of something or somebody, you gotta support them because that's why you're a fan. You can't just support them when they up. You gotta support them when they down too. So saying, "Oh well, I didn't like how they were used, so I'm not gonna say anything when he comes out. I'm not gonna cheer. I'm not gonna buy his merch. I'm not gonna do anything." That ain't helping. That's how we get in a situation like this. That's why they can offer him what they offer him, and he can say, "No, that's not right."
Because you remember when Ricochet was in WWE? At one point, Ricochet was getting all the cheers, and then all of a sudden, he just got stale on people. They didn't care for him much anymore. He still got some cheers,
yeah,
but they weren't really popping for him like they were before. He just got stale to him. They didn't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, creative got to be good, but at the same time, I've seen too many wrestlers and too many people who were given bad creative and made something out of nothing.
Not everybody can be Dusty Rhodes. I mean,
well, not everybody can be anybody, but not everybody can be somebody.
Not everybody can take polka dots and make something big out of it.
Yeah. So, you saying other companies? This is why we need other companies. TNA, WWE has already purchased AAA, and you can see how that's working because the shows I've never seen AAA. I never was a regular watcher of Lucha Libre as far as AAA goes. So I don't know how. I watched Lucha Underground, but I don't consider that like that was.
I never cared for Lucha Underground.
I liked it. It was live action TV. To be honest, it was. You ever been to one of those Disney shows or one of those theme park shows when they have like Superman and that type of shit going on? That's what I thought Lucha. That's what Lucha Underground was for me. It's like a theater show, a theme park show. I mean, but we see how that's working out for AAA. Now the rumors are WWE is about to purchase TNA and get them a TV deal and all that stuff. And I, for one, think that's a good thing. I think that's good for TNA. I think anything. I put it to you like this: TNA has been around forever. People keep saying they were going to die forever. They haven't died. They stuck around by hook or by crook. They've stuck around, and without anybody's help, which is good. That says something about them. But that's called it what it is. TNA ain't gonna get no bigger or better than what it is right now without WWE. It just ain't gonna happen.
And I think that's why they have a partnership with them right now. They're helping to bring attention to that company and the wrestlers that are there. Some of the wrestlers are popping over on NXT. Some have popped up on some of their big PLEs. Joe Hendry, for example.
Yeah.
I said his name. Is he going to appear? I mean, he's nowhere to be found here. It's good. Had double check though, but still. Listen, is it good for the wrestlers or is it good for the companies?
It's good for both.
So here's why I don't think it's great for the wrestlers. Then, so if WWE, of course they own themselves. There's Raw and SmackDown. They own NXT, and there's NXT. They own AAA now, so that's one less place you can go to away from WWE to see about getting paid or to leverage against other companies or something. If they buy TNA, that's one more company down and gone that a wrestler can no longer use to leverage to try and get as much money as possible if they want.
I don't think
that leaves you with MLW and AEW as your two other top choices because you can't count Ring of Honor because it's practically nothing anyway, and it's under the AEW umbrella.
I don't look at it like that. I don't see it like that. I don't even think it's structured like that because I'm watching AAA and I've been checking out AAA ever since they purchased it from WWE because I just want to see how it is. And like I said, I wasn't a regular watcher of AAA, so I can't really tell you major changes. I can see the WWE influence just looking at the arena. I've seen a AAA show before. I will say that I've seen a future. I just wasn't a regular watcher of it. I've seen a AAA show before. I've seen the little arena they be in. I've seen how that was done. I will say this. Look at Pepsi and Coke, right? They're underneath somebody else's umbrella. Like all those is Coke, and then you got all those other flavors, all those other things. I used to work for Canada Dry, and I work for Pepsi. Canada Dry warehouse sold certain stuff. Pepsi sold certain stuff. But another company owns all of them. But you don't hear about that company. TKO owns WWE. TKO Group, or whatever you call it, owns AAA. But I think they're going to run WWE like they run WWE, and AAA is going to still be AAA. And I think if they buy TNA, that's still, so you can say, I want to go here, I want to go there. Well, because I don't think if TNA offers somebody a contract and WWE offers somebody a contract, I don't think you can't go and say, oh well, you can't walk in the WWE office and say, oh well, TNA offer me this, because it's two different companies. So somebody else is running the company. It's just under that TKO umbrella. So it would be if Vince still owned the company and it was still privately owned. Well, you know, when I say privately owned, I know it's a public company, but if Vince was still the main guy running everything in WWE and he bought TNA, then yeah, I would agree with you. It would be, you know.
So let's say TKO. Let's say TKO. Then they own WWE. Let's say, and now they own AAA. Let's say they buy TNA. If you're Santino Marella or you're Matt Cardona, if he happens to, be there full time with one of them, or if you're if you're the Hardy Boys, even, all right, you're there at TNA because there's not enough interest to sign you back with WWE. So when it comes time to renew your contract, you can't necessarily go to TKO and say, well, WWE is offering me this and AAA is offering me this and TNA is offering me this.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to TKO.
They're all under the same company.
They're under, but they.
Or hold on. Or are you telling me that even though TKO might buy them, you're still saying that TNA can offer to pay Santino Marella? I'm just going to throw crazy numbers out there. $1 million a year, and WWE may say, well, he's only worth $775 to us. You're saying that would still be the case, even though both companies are owned by TKO?
Yes.
Okay, well, that would be different then. That's different.
I mean, that's what
I have no problem with that.
I'm not saying I know that for sure. I'm saying that's what I believe to be true.
If it goes that way, I have no problem with it. But if it goes the other way that I was just talking about, then it's more hurtful to the wrestlers than it is. It's more beneficial for the company versus beneficial for the wrestlers, because now, if that's the case, they'd have no leverage to try and make as much as they can while they're in the business.
Because, like I said, here's why I believe that to be true. Like I said, that's just business. One big company owns a lot of little companies. Mm-hmm. Like look at Ross, TJ Maxx, all those little stores like that.
Marshalls,
yeah. One company owns all of them. Mm-hmm. If you go fill out an application for one of them, you'll see, well, I mean, you can't go, everything's online now, but you'll see all the logos of the different companies that one company owns. But you can go and say, hey, I'm leaving this company. I'm leaving Marshalls. And I'm going to work for Ross because I applied and they offered me a lot more money to be a manager. You can do that.
If it goes that way, that's great. No problem.
They all still owned by one company, but you can do that. So I think you can go in there and say, hey man, even like this, even if you send a tape or tryout or have a tryout for WWE, they can say, hey, it can go like this too. They can say, hey, we like what you're doing. We don't think you're ready, but you are good enough to be in a company like TNA. Or let's go there, instead of sending you to NXT, you're not good enough to be up here yet, but you are better than the guys at NXT. So to go on over to TNA and cut your teeth on a TV show and get people excited to make a name for yourself. Because
what's the other one that they got now too? What's the other one? We were calling it a totem pole. They're the low man on the totem pole now. What's the other one?
What, the TKO owns?
Yeah, there's like WWE, NXT, TNA.
Evolve.
Evolve, yeah, Evolve.
Yeah, that's for people just coming out of wrestling school.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you get your totem pole. I mean, they're at the bottom of the totem pole, and you're building your way up through there.
If you're there, you're hoping to make it.
But if it turns out just like you're saying, no problem. That's great. I don't care who owns them at that point. If it's not beneficial to the wrestlers, though, that's where I would think I would disagree with it. I wouldn't have I would have a problem with it then.
Yeah, it's a wait and see. See
Yeah.
how it plays out. So we touched on it earlier. The different platforms you got to watch wrestling now. You're gonna be paying more money or less money, depends on what you're having, what bundle, and all that type of stuff you got. But what does that mean for Peacock and the WWE Network and all the old shows? Say you want to go watch WrestleMania 25.
Mm-hmm.
Is that archive? Is the WrestleMania archive going to be on ESPN?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Like if you would watch it, like I told you before, if you go to WWE on YouTube, they got the WCW vault, they got the WWE vault. They're showing, they got different playlists. Not everything is up there, but there's some stuff. There's some good stuff up there.
Right, and they can keep rotating things in and out to keep fresh stuff up on the page. When I say fresh stuff, it's old stuff. We know what happens, but I mean it's not the same old when you go back. They can rotate things out.
But see, I'm one of those people. Like when I want to watch a specific thing, I enjoy going to the network and say, "This is what I want to watch." Boom.
I remember
they take that away. I can't go to YouTube if, like you say, they rotate. I can't go watch that specific thing because it ain't up there yet.
For a while, when we had WWE Network still, when that was still a thing, I would go in there every so often and I would watch old AWA, and I would watch it in order as it was going, like I used to watch it real time from week to week. Right. And I'd watch an episode a night. I go the next night, catch another one, the next night, catch another one. So it's like I'm continuously moving forward with the storylines they presented at the time or the bookings they were doing. And that was cool. Same thing with World Class Championship Wrestling when it was, the Von Erichs and such. The old Von Erich versus Freebird stuff, or the Von Erichs versus Chris Adams and Gino Hernandez. The Dingo Warrior and Rick Rude. Yeah, Dingo it was... Warrior. Yeah, the Dingo Warrior.
That was bad, bro. It was good when in real time, but looking back, that was
all right. Bad. Ishmael's getting on my bad side now. He's over here talking. Mr. Iguana is more entertaining than AEW. I for now disown Ishmael from this group. I disown him.
Let's do the horns. Let's do the horns for Ishmael right quick, man.
That's not what we want to do for Ishmael.
Horns for Ishmael, man.
No, that's not what we want to do for Ishmael.
You just made the list.
Oh God, take that.
That's what we did for Ishmael right there. He just made the list.
That is the most irrelevant wrestler. Right?
Oh, I've renewed the list. I've made it relevant again.
Oh, okay. So who is that list relevant to besides you? Who's that list relevant?
Doesn't matter. Well, who was it relevant to other than Chris Jericho when he did it? I mean, no one really cared but him. Soccer hair mom AJ Styles and and everybody else.
15,000 people every week cared about that list.
Nobody really cared. They just laughed at it because how stupid it was.
Now you can't find 15 people that care about Chris.
Mitch the Plant, he just made the list.
I forgot all about that dumb shit, bro. There's some stuff I blocked out of my mind. That's whatever. But no, man. I like I said, I'm one of the people. Like if I want to watch a specific thing, I want to go. I like knowing that I can just cut on Peacock or back then the network and pull it right up and watch it.
Yeah.
If they rotate stuff and randomly put stuff here and there, and I just unload the whole archive on there, which at this point, does the archive even have any value to it? Like, I don't know how many people are buying Peacock just to watch the network. Like I said, I watch it randomly.
That makes me wonder if that's why WWE quit the network eventually. Were they losing? I mean, were they losing? I don't know. I want to say they were losing money, but was there just not interest in the old vault stuff that was up there? Were people not just watching them enough?
I think streaming and not so much streaming. Streaming plays a big part of it, but
because it costs money to store that stuff online and keep those servers up. And
does it cost? Are you making more money to? Because I don't know what it, like you said, it costs to put that online, and you although Peacock is putting it up there, are you coming out more ahead if you just upload it? Because again, TKO owns it. They own all these different. They own UFC. They own professional bull. They own all this shit, so they got the technology and the staff to do this stuff. That Peacock does, right?
Yeah.
But you think it's a lot easier just to have them put it on YouTube and make money off the ads and make money off the sponsorships they getting on YouTube and off the
I mean, I would do that. Because look, if people were paying the $10 a month for the pay-per-views,
and when I say that, I mean strictly for archive. I'm not talking about PLEs. I'm not talking about
talking about just for that only. Exactly.
Old WCW Saturday night episodes.
There's no reason not to do it because you can already go back and type in, if I want to watch Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage from WrestleMania 3, I bet you I can find it on YouTube somewhere.
I'm pretty sure you can.
So, if you were thinking about something that you watched a long time ago that you want to relive again, Super Clash 3. If you want to watch matches from Super Clash 3, you can probably find matches from that.
I might be in that small minority of people who, like you said, there's some people who just want to watch a match. But I'm one of the people that, like, if I want to watch any match from WrestleMania 3, I'd rather just watch the whole WrestleMania 3. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? There's some things some shows I just rather
Starcade. Watch. I think it was Starcade 86, I think was a really good one.
Yeah, if I want to go watch and if I want to see something that happened with the NWO, like if it's just NWO, like something that happened like an entrance or when they came and jumped somebody or at the end when they had a big brawl at the end, I don't just go watch that segment or that video clip. I want to go watch the whole Nitro show. Or same thing with Raw. If that whole with the Ministry of Darkness angle segment that happened, I want to watch that. I want to watch that whole episode. And the reason for that is, which I think WWE is kind of getting back to that they didn't do for a long while. Whatever opened the show, you saw bits and pieces of it during the show that led to the main event. You know what I'm saying? You saw it with Austin, you saw it with Undertaker and McMahon, you saw what all the time on Raw, you saw it with the NWO and WCW. When they opened the show with something that had a thread throughout the show and up until the main event. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. At least it'll be on YouTube. It'll be somewhere for free, and I mean, one less app I have to pay for if they do take it off Peacock.
Yeah. Ishmael kind of agrees with us. He loves the old WWE Network stuff, but there's no big demand for the old stuff right now. And when you say there's no big demand, I think what it comes down to is that there doesn't have to be a big demand for it to throw it on a YouTube channel, because you're going to have enough people go and watch certain clips and matches. You're going to have enough people do that to where they're still going to maximize some money off of it versus hosting their own servers, paying somebody to do the upkeep to it and everything and all that good stuff. You're really just better off putting it on YouTube and letting it go from there and making your money off the sponsors and the ads and everything. Yeah. But if that's the case and they do that, are they going to crack down harder on people who try to share stuff on their YouTube?
That's the other thing, dude. People, for a minute there, people were making money off the watch-alongs. And when I say people, I don't mean, us, because who the fuck is paying to watch a show with us, right? But I'm talking about like the Eric Bischoffs used to do it. Anybody that did a podcast with Conrad Thompson, they did the watch-alongs. And now it's to the point where they can't even play the audio from it.
Well,
they got to fuck with the audio from it.
Look, you've got this mini portable girl we've talked about before. You've got some of these other people. This one dude. I forget the one dude's name, but man, he even made the Unreal show. He's on there for a clip.
Fish face woman with an annoying voice is what that means.
Some of these people they got out there, I think the way they're getting away with it is they're like you were doing the AAA thing earlier when I first got on here. You were streaming it in a window as we were sitting here watching it together. I think you could get away with that because you're not directly uploading it or anything like that. You're just you got a window open with a stream in it going on.
I think
that's how they're doing it. That's how they're doing it on Twitch.
I think they can get away with it because WWE is allowing certain streamers who have a certain amount of views, a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of streams, and all that type of stuff. And you just mentioned one of them. I think they're letting people like her get away with it is because
is it just me?
They I think I'm not saying they're getting paid for it. I don't know.
Well, they claim they're not. But listen, you talked about her, right? Yeah. I told you the one dude I saw a bit of his live stream thing he does where his reaction thing. I saw just a 10-second, 15-second clip on Unreal. All right. I swear to you, I saw her in a crowd where the camera panned on her in the crowd. I would have swore it was her.
I think that WWE is allowing that's like free promotion for them. So if we hit everybody else with a copyright strike, but we allow them to do it, and they got the most views and stuff like that. And I don't know if they pay for the tickets when they go to these shows. I don't know. I can't see these.
I don't know, but I think it's dirty.
I can't say these people working on. They sit every time they watch wrestling, they got a camera in front of their face, but they got a full-time job too, and then they can travel to whatever show, whenever. So I wouldn't put it past them that they get free tickets and free, or discounted travel or whatever. So
I personally think it's dirty. WWE, AEW, anybody.
It's fucking dirty. Because why not give the little guys a free ticket?
That's what I'm saying. If we want to host a clip and say, hey, this is what went down this past Monday night on Raw, and we show this 5-minute clip of what happened in a match or a promo that ended up in a fight or something, and we want to talk about it, why shouldn't we be able to present that little 5-minute clip? We're not streaming the entire show that they put online
because we don't have 15,000 followers and we don't have a fancy setup where we can got all these fucking belts behind us, like we ain't got shit else to do with our money and neon lights and Funko Pops and all kind of dumb shit
in the back.
Both I got bills, bitch. I ain't got time to be spending money on $500 belts. That it wants to buy it outside of put it on your wall.
Look, they don't want this little guy with a blurry background behind him on there talking about their business.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's be fair. I do have a 10 pounds of gold belt that was gifted to me by a friend of the show. Sometimes he's on the show when he's not on his boat, but
the one that jinxed me into getting sick. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing for that guy today.
But I don't have, I have some things like I got my Ice Cube shirts and stuff like that. But I don't see the value in spending. If you look again, I'm not telling people what to do with their money. I'm not a pocket watcher. Do what you want for your money. That's your money. I'm just saying, outside of putting it on your wall and having it as a background. You're not walking down the street with this shit on.
I know. Ishmael just said he did a 3-minute piece with Dom and got flagged on it. I know exactly what you're talking about, Ishmael, because Ray remembers, Mr. KS remembers. And when I first met them, what was I doing? Me and Mike was doing Body Slam the competition, right? We had our own wrestling podcast we were doing, and we were doing what shows twice a week. We did a Monday Night Raw recap. We did a SmackDown recap. And then if we got an interview in, that might have been a third show that week. We had an interview with somebody.
Right.
And we had quite a few interviews on that show and everything that we pulled out. And when we first tried to do reporting on what was happening, the first time we uploaded something that happened on Monday Night Raw, they hit us with a copyright flag. And they were already threatening to close the YouTube channel down. Already. Just for that, and it's not like it was more than a 2-minute clip or something. And heaven forbid you try to email the company itself and ask them.
Oh, you good luck getting a response back.
Oh, bro. You get no response. You don't even get an automated response. That's not even a courtesy of an automated response.
Dude, I don't. On one hand, I get it as a business. I like the business side, so I get the business side. But at the same time, like you can be a little bit more lenient. Like what I'm saying. Like if somebody just streaming a pay-per-view or PLE or whatever, or even a Raw or SmackDown, yeah, I get it. Copyright the fuck out of them because they supposed to. You got a TV network deal with, but they supposed to go and watch it. But at the same time, like, dude, if I'm showing a 5-minute clip, bro, like cut me a break. Like at least if you're gonna do something, give me a warning. Don't give me a copyright. You know what I'm saying? At least
the only thing we can do is we could pop up a picture. Let's say we're gonna do a little piece about Dom Mysterio ourselves. All we can do is throw a picture up of Dirty Dom and talk about him for a minute, then switch to a different picture of him and talk about him for a minute longer, and then we get away with that. I mean, they're not going to copyright a photo that's floating all over the internet.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could do that, and we could talk about it, for a minute. But if you got anything that's in motion, if it's a small video, I don't care how big it is, they will nail you to the wall with it.
You know how cool it would have been to actually play that and have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why is it that they will let us share a video clip to like Facebook or Instagram or something? They'll let us share a video clip, like to the group, which we have before in the past. I mean, we can do that.
Because the way it works is if you share a clip, that's one in what do they call it? What is it called? Begins with I. In something. It's one. It counts as something if you share it. But then when you share it, if somebody clicks on it when you share it, that's the second that it's having. So that's basically 2 views, if you want to put it that way. When somebody shares it, and then when somebody clicks on what you shared, that's basically 2 views. I don't want to share.
Beautiful.
So sharing, yes, because and then, like I said, you're sharing their clip, so it's not like it's your clip. It's not like you get credit for the clip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You may get a like on the share. Good for you.
Whoop-de-doo.
Impressions. That's what I'm trying to say. Impressions. I don't know, man. I'm all for making your money if they keep signing these $1 billion deals. If people like, how can you be mad at somebody for taking $9 billion for something you selling? Like, can you really be mad at that? You can pitch and bone about, I gotta pay for this, I gotta pay for this, I gotta pay for this. Yeah, well, yeah, that sucks. It's fucking, again, my son just made a football team. That's more money. If anybody is a football parent, your child ain't even
gotta cost you less to put him in football than it would your daughter in cheerleading.
I don't know. My daughters didn't cheerlead. My daughters did step team, so I don't. That was.
All I know is when the kids are younger, and I don't remember how old your kid is, but I know when the kids are younger. For my nephew's kids, one of his sons wanted to play football. It didn't cost him but about $150 to $200 total for everything he needed. His daughter wanted to be cheerleading. It was upwards of $400 and $500 for everything.
Well, no, my son, he's 13 going to 14, so he's playing middle school football. Cleats about a good pair of cleats about $80 to $120. But it's not so much the equipment, it's the food, bro. Because they got to have a meal before the game. So his school is doing Subway pregame meals for every game. So was it every game or every home game? I can't remember. It might be. I think it's every game. So that costs, right? Then, we got to pay. Everybody got to contribute for the snacks when they go on the trips and play away. So that costs. And then they hit you with here's a link to the website where you can know if your kid, it's from the coach's words, kids want to be swagged out for the game, for the games. So now, tell a kid, give them a website where they can buy shit to look like somebody on TV. They're going to want every goddamn thing. So there's more money. Not
like it used to be.
You're going to buy more than one pair of cleats. I'm just saying. Yeah, and back then, remember when we used to pay Pee Wee League or Boys and Girls Club football? You didn't have to pay for shit but for cleats, bro.
That's all I had to do for baseball. I just had to buy the cleats, my gloves.
There was always somebody, the football moms. It would be coolers. Kids would have
coolers with Gatorades in them,
or the little Huggy juices and bottles of water, and fruit. And then everybody went out for pizza after the game. That was it.
And the coach would always spring for the pizza or spring for ice cream or something.
Yeah, that was it.
Or at the end of the game, you could go to the concession stand that was there, and if you were a player, you got what you wanted from the concession stand.
Yep.
That was a part of the the league from the sponsors and everything that they had back then. Because back then you had, like, for example, you might have had the Yankees on your jersey, but it was also a local store there that was sponsoring things too.
Yeah, and if you play for a Boys and Girls Club, I don't know how it is everywhere else. When I was in high school or whatever, if you were on a Boys and Girls Club team, you got a free membership to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, you didn't have to pay to get into the pool and the basketball courts and all that stuff. The rec center. So yeah, football team, we going swimming. Nobody has to pay for shit. Now it's almost like a kid is playing pro ball. It's like, what the fuck?
Is there an NIL for the Pee Wee League or something? I mean,
nah, dude. Like, when I was a kid, there was no middle school football. Like I said, you had to play. Well, at least not where I grew up at. You had to play Boys and Girls Club or rec league or something like that.
There was middle school football where I was growing up, but I mean, if you wanted before middle school football, you had to play in the little local leagues. Like, if you want to play baseball, for example, there's no baseball till you got in high school.
Right.
So there was the Dixie League, then there was the or is it Pee Wee then Dixie League? I forget which way it went. Anyway, one was the younger ones from 9 to 12. Then there was 12 to 15, and 15 you were in high school at that point. You played for the high school team.
Yeah, that's how it was. Like, yeah, we played rec ball, basketball, football, or whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying? It was really like when you got to high school, that was what you played. But I played. That's how I got to football in high school, because I ran track for the Boys and Girls Club, and all those coaches. I don't know if they still do, but they kind of intertwine, or they at least know each other. But they, so they talk, and I'm like, you going out for football, and pretty much everybody. I don't know if you had it where you lived at. There was always a group of kids that did every fucking sport.
I mean, the only thing we had here was we had baseball, then we had football. When you got to a certain age in school, you could do like junior varsity basketball, which started like in the 8th grade.
Yeah,
there was that.
Our JV was,
I think 7th and 8th grade, actually. 7, 8, and 9, and then 10, 11, 12 was varsity, I think.
Yeah, I think everybody, you had to be super special to be in the 9th grade and be on the varsity team. Bro.
Yeah, it's happened. Size and some skill.
Yeah, but for the most part, our JV basketball team was all 9th graders. If it was a 10th grader, it was somebody who had never played. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, it was a tall dude who just go stand in the paint and swat everything that come down here. Or offense, we give you the ball, turn around and shoot it. Don't do shit else. Don't dribble. You just tall and just turn around and throw it up. So yeah, that might have been a 10th grader, but the good old days, bro. The good old days. I don't wish it on nobody, but I'm glad. I'm glad the kids are having fun. I'm glad they're having fun. Fuck.
All my kid did was soccer. She thought about softball for a minute, but her mom wouldn't let her play softball and soccer both. She had said you had to pick one and leave it at one, so she stuck with soccer.
God damn, why she couldn't play both?
She didn't want to pay for both, so
I can dig it.
So she told her pick one and stick with it. She stuck with the soccer. She could hit the ball really well though for softball, but she couldn't field worth a darn.
Kids today are different too, because I looked at that, like when they went to the training and all that stuff. Dude, it was some smart, like, so middle school is where we live at is 6, 7, 8. That's middle school.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on where you're at, because 4th, 5th, and 6th was middle school for me.
God damn.
4th, 5th, 6th, and then 7th, 8th, I guess, was considered middle school. So 4th through 8th, and then 9 through 12 was high school.
Now, what K through 6 was elementary, 7 to 8 was middle school, 9 through 12 was high school when I was coming up. So I don't.
It's all about the location.
Yeah,
on where you at.
But I say that like these 6th graders, but these 6th graders are like they were in 3rd grade, bro. And then you got 8th graders who look like they're in 10th grade.
I remember when Ron Mercer was in high school. He was in the 8th grade at the time. He looked like he was already a senior in high school the way he played in the 8th grade. He was already dunking the ball and flying down court. No one could touch him.
Oh my God, dang! Like when I was a kid, middle school was 7th, 8th. When you were in 8th grade, you looked like a middle school kid. But then that 8th grade summer came, and then you went to 9th grade, and then between 8th and 9th, like everybody just sprouted. Like I grew a good 2 or 3 inches in that summer. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's not really a lot. We've been going for almost an hour. So moral of the story is, folks, if you love wrestling, it's going to cost you. And if you love a wrestler, if you like a wrestler, if you're a fan of a wrestler, can we not just wait till they get released or about to get released to show the love? Because it does them no good. And if you want to watch the good stuff, YouTube is the only thing that's free. Enjoy it while it's free, because I got this strange feeling at some point YouTube's going to cost too.
Well, it already costs some if you want with no commercials.
No, I'm talking about just having YouTube, period, is going to cost, bro.
Dude, that's going to be a sad day. It's going to be a sad day.
Nothing. Only reason I don't think you paying for YouTube now is because I think YouTube is considered a search engine more than a, you know what I'm saying? Like the two.
And YouTube makes plenty of money off ads.
Oh,
you might not make a dime off your stuff you put up there, but they're making money off of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then when you reach a certain platform on it, like when you reach I think the smallest is 500 followers and so many consistent hours of so many watchers per day, then you can get a little piece of the pie, which means they can make tips to you. And then when you hit the, 1,000 or 10,000 followers, might be 10,000. I don't know. It could be 1,000. Anyway, that and so many more hours of consistent watch time, then you can start making ad revenue. But that means you're putting out unique stuff 2-3 times a week. And nobody really has the time to do that. The average person does not have the time to do that.
Here's why I say YouTube when I say cost, I mean $4 or $5 a month. That's what I'm thinking, right?
I still wouldn't do it.
But here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying, though. People are learning how to work on cars by watching YouTube. People, you could literally go to school.
There's a YouTube video for anything out there.
If you want to learn how to fix a car, YouTube. If you want to learn how to use a drill or use any type of tool, YouTube. If you want to learn how to play the fucking piano, you can learn by watching YouTube. If you want to know lyrics to a song, YouTube. Like, you could YouTube any fucking thing, bro.
If you want to learn why Ishmael's on the list, YouTube.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
everything is out there.
Everything's out there. If you want dumbass opinions on wrestling by people who think they know anything, YouTube.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's everything. You're gonna end up paying for YouTube. Hopefully, when that time comes, I'll be too old to give a fuck. I'm just saying. YouTube is my last hope when it comes to.
Your cup runneth over at one point. Now you have none left to give.
You can get free movies on YouTube. You can watch a whole movie on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, all right, sir. We've talked enough and given up people our insights and our knowledge to. We've smartened them up enough. So. I'm done. I'm done. I said that to say I'm done. I'm done.
So we're done educating people for the day.
Done educating. If you want to go ahead and shout out your other fandom,
my other venture,
your other venture.
My main venture that I have is, of course, Retro Life for You, movies of the 80s and 90s. We like to do everything from the 80s and 90s, movie-wise anyway. This current week, we have 1990s Brandon Lee and The Crow. I did with a friend of mine named Marty, and then Travis and I the following week, this upcoming Thursday, we did an interview with Cynthia Rothrock. So if you are a fan of the old late 80s, early 90s B-movie martial art films, the old Hong Kong action movies like Lady Dragon and China O'Brien, No Retreat, No Surrender, Eagle Claw, stuff like that, then she was in a lot of that stuff. And she's like the female Chuck Norris, is all I can say. She is the queen of martial arts. So we had her on for about an hour talking with her, and it was really fun. And that'll come out this upcoming Thursday.
And where can they find you at?
Well, you can go to RetroLife, the number 4, the letter U.com, and you can listen to us in the browser there. And if we had the video uploaded, you can go to the show notes and click on the video. We are at YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/@RetroLife, the number 4, YOU. I know this is confusing because I couldn't get the letter U. Someone else took it. I hate them.
I'll tell you next week we'll have the link at the bottom.
Yeah, we'll do a link for you. But then anywhere that you get your audio podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever, you can just type in Retro Life for You, and we're on there.
And we're on Spotify. This show is on Spotify. This show will be uploaded the next day, so look out for that. Yeah, man. If you watch the show and you enjoy the conversation, you know what I'm saying? I hate to be that guy that does this, but like, share, and subscribe. Just I tell you what, just like it and share it. If you hit the notification bell, we'll worry about the subscribers will come. We've got a little bit of a boost over the last couple of weeks, so yeah, tell a friend. Tell a friend.
We're some entertaining people, man. That's what it is.
I am anyway. Yeah, and we love feedback. If you want to come in and chat and dispute, debate. I like to debate. Chris likes to debate. We believe in firmly what we believe in, and we will die on the hills we want to die on. So if you want to come debate us, pull up, man. It's all in good fun. We don't take it personal. None of us are getting paid by WWE or any other wrestling company. Rob's getting paid. I don't know about who.
We don't like Rob.
But
we just act like we like him. We don't really like him though.
Yeah, it's all a front. But yeah, pull up and
I hope his boat springs a link next week.
That is just very, very rude. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't mean that.
You are hoping the man drowns.
No, I did not say that. I said that.
Well, if the boat springs a link,
I'm sure he can swim. We got a life jacket on. He has a flotation device.
Look, we're talking about Rob, so don't say he has a flotation device when we talk.
He probably got many.
That will
if he got it blowing up at the time.
Okay, on that note, man. Look,
we love you, Rob.
Don't tell people about that part of the show. Leave that part out. For my boy Chris Adams, I am Mr. KS. This is Front Row Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And we are out.